Hi, my name is Jackie Dearson, and this lesson is for week 6 of EDUC 380. It is a lesson in fluency, especially in partner reading. This week I used the class list that was designed for the reading levels, and so you'll see the name cards on the table that represent my students are meant to represent the pods that they're sitting in. So I have 5 pods with 4 kids in each, and I tried to seat them according to those reading levels too, and to make it easier and more efficient when they do their partner reading. They'll still get up and move and stuff, but it's kind of mixed up equally, so there's high and low levels in each pod. So here goes the lesson. Okay, I need everyone's attention up here. We are going to start reading time. Okay, so today, before we begin our lesson, I need you to focus over here on our standards that we're working on. Remember, we always have these posted to remind you because they're the skills that all the way through 3rd grade we're going to be working on, but these are the specific skills of today's lesson. And we also have a goal for today's reading lesson, right? Always up here. So today, in our 21st century skill standard, and remember the 21st century skill, those are those skills that help you do your job as a 3rd grader, and they also will help you do your job as an adult, right? They're just things that are good when we work with others. So today we're going to work appropriately and productively with others. We'll be doing some partner work today, so it's important to know how to do that. Our standard for reading, when we're in 3rd grade, you're learning to read with sufficient accuracy and fluency to support comprehension. That means you know the words well enough that you can also understand what you're reading and what the meaning is in what you're reading. Okay? So today's goal is to increase that accuracy and our rate by doing some practice reading. Okay? And we're going to get some feedback from a partner in how we're doing on our reading. Okay? So, yes, I said we're going to work with a partner today, so I thought it was important that we review the rules for partner work before we begin that. I'll stand on this side so you guys can see them a little better. Okay, remember we did our anchor chart and created our rules for partner work? So the first thing we need to remember is we're going to talk only to our partner. You're going to be sitting at your pods to do this, so you don't talk across the pod or talk to somebody else at the pod. We talk only to our partner, right? And when we are talking to our partner, we're talking only about the assignment or what you're reading, right? We're not going to talk about what we're doing this weekend or the video game we played last night, okay? Right? And number 3, cooperate with your partner, right? Don't argue. There'll be a certain way you're going to do this. And so if you both just follow along with my directions, you'll know exactly how you do it, and there won't be any problems, right? And everybody with me, what is number 4 when we work with a partner? And all the time in 3rd grade, what do we do? Yes, try your best. Good job. Okay, so today when you're working with a partner, we're going to partner read, but this time we're going to have a reader and a coach. Okay, so it's going to be real important that when you're that reader, that you are speaking clearly and doing your best, okay, so that your coach can help you. The coach is going to be following along very carefully with the reading so that you can help them if they make a mistake. And so that leads to our next step. There's going to be a certain way that I want you to correct. Okay? We don't want anybody to feel bad about their mistakes because everybody makes mistakes when they read. You guys hear me read aloud to you, and I make mistakes when I read, so it happens to everybody. But we want to be aware of our mistakes so we can fix them and do it right the next time, right? Okay? But there's going to be a certain way and certain mistakes that I want you to look for today. So we're going to learn how to look for those mistakes, okay? And how best to help our partner with their reading. Okay, we're going to be positive, right? Okay, we're not going to be negative because, like I said, everybody makes mistakes. Okay, today, and part of it is we want to be fluent readers, right? Just like our standards. We can read accurately, quickly, and with good expression because it just is funner to listen to somebody read if they have good expression. Remember, we've talked about that before, whether you're just like, la, 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 or you're like, Joey jumped up the hill. I mean, it's much more fun to listen to somebody who says, Joey jumped up the hill, rather than Joey jumped up the hill, right? So we want to have the appropriate expression as well. Because if we're reading nonfiction about a turtle, it might not be as exciting as a story about when Dennis and Melissa had their soccer game, right? So there's appropriate expression as well. Okay, so to begin with, we're going to work through it together, and I'm going to teach you how to find these mistakes, okay? So I'm going to give you the passage that I'm going to read, because I'm going to be the reader, and you guys are going to be the coaches and learn how to find the mistakes, okay? So I'm always going to be the reader, you're going to be the coach practicing finding the mistakes. But you will have to follow along with me on this one. So I'm going to go ahead and hand these out to you guys. Here you go. Okay, everybody got one? Good. Now remember, good coaches need to follow along and know what their players are doing, right? Just like in a game, the coach watches and pays close attention to what the players are doing. Instead of a player, we have a reader. But the coach needs to really, that's an important part of being a good coach, is for helping the reader. You need to follow along, okay? This passage is called Marine Mammals, okay? So, and remember, one more thing I want to say before we get started. Don't worry about partners. Don't get it all in your head thinking of who your partner is. I've already selected them. So, and I will tell you who your partner is when it is time for that. Also, you will switch roles. So I will assign a reader and a coach to start with, and then you'll switch, okay? So everybody will get a chance to do both jobs, okay? Just wanted to make that clear so you weren't worried that, oh, I want to get to be the coach. I want to get to read. You'll get to do both, okay? No worries. Okay. Beth, eyes up here, please, okay? Because if your eyes are up here and looking, I know you're going to learn this, okay? Thank you. Okay. So the first mistake that we're going to look for, and I'll leave our little anchor chart up here so that as you're working through this, you can remember what you're supposed to be looking for. So our first mistake that we're going to look or listen for, okay, is saying the wrong word. So we're just listening for the word. They may say the wrong word. They may just mispronounce it. But if it isn't the right word, if it doesn't sound right, we're going to stop the reader and correct them, okay? But before we practice how to correct, I just want to see if you can figure out if I said a word wrong, okay? So right now, all you're going to do is I'm going to start reading this passage. I'm just going to read one sentence at a time, okay? I'll read a sentence, and I'll ask, did I say a word wrong? And I want you guys to, raise your hand. Don't blurt, please. Raise your hand. Tell me if I said a word wrong. I may not make a mistake. I might try and trick you that way, okay? So you need to listen for that too, okay? So yeah, I'm going to start. Remember, we're listening and looking for me to say the wrong word, okay? So our passage is called Marine Mammals, okay? Everybody looking, follow along. Okay, I'm going to just start with the first sentence. Mammals are warm-blooded animals. Let's see. Raise your hand. Anybody think they heard a wrong word? Chris. Okay, so my wrong word was blooded. So what is the correct word? Can anyone tell me? Tracy, what should the word be? Blooded, right. So then what I will do is I'll go back. I will say it, blooded. Then I'm going to go back and I'm going to read the whole sentence again so that I practice it right. Mammals are warm-blooded animals. Okay? Thumbs up if I got it right that time. Okay, I was really trying to get it right that time because it was my second time through. You want to try and say it the right way after you've been corrected. Okay? Let's try it again. See if you can pick out a wrong word I do. Marine mammals, such as whales, live in the ocean. Did anybody hear a wrong word in that one? Joanne. Okay, I said ocean was wrong. Okay, Brad, what should it have been? Ocean. Okay, so I've been corrected. Should be ocean. Now I'll read it correctly. Marine mammals such as whales live in the ocean. Okay, so you guys did a good job. You picked out the wrong word I said. Okay, so now I'm going to teach you how you would correct it when you're working with your partner. You're going to want to, as soon as you hear that wrong word, you're going to say, stop. You said the wrong word. Okay, and then you will tell them it's not, it is ocean, not open. Okay? And then your partner repeat the word. So you'll say ocean, and then coach, tell them, remind them they need to go back and reread that whole sentence with the correct word, okay? So, remember, if you hear me say the wrong word, tell me to stop, tell me what word I got wrong, and then remind me to go back and read the whole sentence again. So we're going to try it that way. You guys are now the coaches, and you're going to try and do it exactly as I just said, okay? Can somebody tell me how it works to correct? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Joe, what will you do first? You'll tell me to stop, yes. Then what? Tell me which word I got wrong, right? And have me say it, right? I need to say it correctly. And then what's the last thing? You'll remind me to read the whole sentence again. Good job. Okay, we got it? So here we go. I'm going to keep going in the passage. I'm on the third sentence now. Okay. Unlike fish, marine animals cannot breath. Oh, I heard stop. Adam, I think I heard you tell me to stop. Go ahead and correct me. Okay, the word is breathe. Okay, not breath, breathe. Unlike fish, marine mammals cannot breathe underwater. Okay, there we go. Good job correcting me, Adam. Okay, I'm going to try another sentence. They can dive very deep to find food. Oh, I got that one all right. Awesome. Okay, let's try one more sentence, okay? They can stay under the waiter. Oh, I heard stop. Okay. Jennifer, can you help me out? Coach me through this one. What's our first thing? You told me to stop. Yep. Now what do you need to do? Okay. The word is water. Okay. And then what am I supposed to do? Okay. Read the sentence again. They can stay under the water for a long time. Okay. Good job. I think you guys got that one. So if you hear the reader, when you're the coach, if you hear the reader say the wrong word, just simply say stop. Tell them what word they said wrong and have them say it back to you. Then remind them to go back and read the whole sentence correctly. Okay? Okay, if they get it wrong again, stop them and remind them again. It might take a few times, especially if it's a really tough word. It might take more than once to get it correct. But we want you to know what that word is, and we want you to keep practicing until you get it right. It's not a big deal. Okay, the next thing we're going to look for is getting stuck on a word for more than 4 seconds. So like I just said, there might be really tough words, and it might be where you don't say the word wrong, but you sit there and you really, I don't know this word, and you're trying to sound it out. Okay, we don't want people to be stuck and frustrated and worrying about what a word is for a long time. So coach, you're going to count in your head. And if they are thinking about a word for more than 4 seconds, you are going to tell them what that word is. Okay, you're going to say, stop, that word is, and then you're going to tell them, and then you're going to have them say the word, and then once again, go back and do the whole sentence, okay? So, we're going to start. This time you're trying to pick out whether or not I stop and am stuck on a word for more than 4 seconds. So to begin with, we're going to do a couple of examples where I'm just going to read the whole sentence, and then you're going to tell me if I made an error or not. Then after that, we'll practice with you guys being the coach. So for this one, don't tell me to stop if I say it wrong. Let me read the whole sentence, and then tell me if I had that error. Okay, here we go. Going on in our passage. However, it is impossible for them to stay below the surface for an amount of time. Did I get stuck on a word for more than 4 seconds? Tammy. Yes, I did. The word should have been indefinite, and I was stuck on that big word for more than 4 seconds. So, Coach, you would tell them it should be indefinite, and now I will read it all together. However, it is impossible for them to stay below the surface for an indefinite amount of time. Okay, so now I said it correctly. Let's try another one. They regularly need to resurface to get air. Did I have an error? No, I got all of those words the first time. Good job. Okay, now for the next one, I want you to be the coaches. So if I am struggling, if in your head you hear me struggling for more than 4 seconds, I want you to tell me to stop, and then tell me what the word should be, and then I'll say that word, and then tell me to remind me to reread the whole sentence again, okay? Are you ready to be coaches? Okay, awesome. Here we go. Oh, I heard stop. What did I do, Chuck? Oh, I know, I was stuck on a word. So what is it? Marine. Okay. And thank you, Chuck. I do need to reread the whole sentence correctly. Here I go. One marine mammal is the largest animal ever found on Earth. Okay, good job. Next one. This huge Oh, I heard stop. Nisa, help me out. Oh, I had a wrong word. What should it be? You know what that word is? She knows I was struggling with it. Brian, can you help her out? Creature is that word. Yeah, I was having trouble with that kind of hard word. Okay, so what do I need to do now, Nisa? Reread it all together. This huge creature called a blue whale can be 90 feet long. Okay, good job. You guys picked out this. Remember, the second thing we're looking for is when our partner gets stuck on a word for more than 4 seconds. Then we want to help them out with what that word is. And coaches, if you are unsure of a word, just raise your hand and I'll help you. Okay, if it's a word that's hard for you and your partner, let me know and I'll help you guys out. I don't want you guys to be frustrated or stuck on words. Okay, number 3 error that we're going to look for is skipping a word. Sometimes we get excited about what we're reading, or our eyes or brains get in a hurry and we skip over a word. And then the sentence might not make so much sense to us. Or to who we're reading to if we skip a word. So it's important to read every word in the sentence. So, to begin with, I'm going to read a sentence, and you're just going to tell me after I read the sentence if I skipped a word. So here, that's another reason why you need to be, as the coach, following along word for word as they read. So you know if they skipped a word, stay right with them as they read, okay? So I'm in the second paragraph. The third sentence in the second paragraph is where we are at. I'm just continuing to read this passage, okay? So you are listening for me to skip a word. Let me finish this time, okay? It weighed more than 100 tons. Did I skip a word? Beth, what do you think? You think I skipped a word? Which word did I skip? Oh, it can. Okay, so I'll try it again. It can weigh more than 100 tons. Okay, let's try another one. The whale is also the loudest animal on Earth. Chuck, you think I skipped one? Okay, what did I skip? Oh, blue in the second word, right? The blue whale is also the loudest animal on Earth. Okay, now I want you to act as the coach. Okay, so you're going to listen to me read. But as soon as I skip a word, you're going to say, stop, you skipped a word, and then tell me what word I skipped, and remind me to go back and reread the whole sentence, okay? So, here I go. It makes a deep rumble that I heard stop. Melissa, what did I do? Coach me through this. I skipped resounding. Resounding. A lot of times you say it looks like resounding, but it's usually pronounced resounding. Okay? So, good job. So I needed to say, now what else do I need to do, Melissa? Yep, go back and read the whole sentence. It makes a deep, resounding rumble that has no comparison on land or sea. Okay, next one. Whenever the blue whale has the impulse to talk to other whales, it sends out a noise that travels through the ocean. Oh, I heard stop. Okay, Jason, go ahead, you can be the coach. I skipped uninterrupted. Oh, that big word. Go back and repeat it. Okay, I will. Whenever the blue whale has the impulse to talk to other whales, it sends out a noise that travels uninterrupted through the ocean. Good job. You got that one. Okay, and then our fourth mistake that we're going to check for is adding an extra word. Sometimes our brains just do that, where you'll stick in a word when you're reading and it's really not there. Okay, so listen when I read this. Again, you need to be following right along so you know if I added a word. Okay? Okay. So, remember, this time around, don't stop me. When I finish the sentence, I'll ask you if I made a mistake. Okay? Here we go. Other whales react when they hear the loud call, even if they are many miles away. Tracy, how did I do? I added a word. What did I add? Oh, I said hear the loud call. And it should just be, other whales react when they hear the call, even if they are many miles away. Okay, good job. Next one. Remember, let me read it and just tell me if I made a mistake. The blue whale requires an unusual amount of food for each day. Okay, Opie, what do you think? I did make a mistake. Okay, what did I do? I said food for each day. Okay, and it should just be food each day. Okay, I will go back and read it again and try again. The blue whale requires an unusual amount of food each day. Okay, now this time I want you to stop me and correct me, okay? You might think that it hunts big game in the sea, but you would be incorrect. Oh, I didn't get stopped. I got that one right. Good job. Listening and following, coaches. Okay, and we're going to try it one more time. It lives on an infinite number of the extremely... Oh, I heard stop. Okay. Dennis, can you help out? Or be the coach? What did I do wrong? Oh, it lives on an infinite of the extremely, I said, and it should just be number of extremely. Okay, so what do you need to remind me to do, Dennis? Go back and read it. Okay. You might think that it hunts big game in the sea, but you would be incorrect. Oh, I read that. That was the wrong sentence. Okay, never bad to reread more. It lives on an infinite number of extremely tiny creatures. There, I got it right that time. Okay, you guys did awesome being good coaches. Okay, so we're going to follow that same method. So everybody's getting corrected the same way. And remember, everybody makes mistakes. You heard all my mistakes. So it's perfectly okay. We want to get to be better readers. So if there's other things you notice about them, or if they're doing something really good, tell them. It's always nice to hear that. Say, I really liked the expression you used when you read that, or I liked how excited you got reading that, or you did a really good job sounding out that hard word or figuring out that hard word. You can give them that kind of feedback too. But I especially want you looking for these while they're reading, and when they get done with the passage, you can tell them those other nice things, okay? Or if you hear something and you think, well, maybe if you slowed down, you wouldn't have as many errors. You could give them nice things like that that might help them, okay? But we're not going to be mean, right? Okay, so to finish today's lesson, I'm going to hand your passages out to you, and this is how this is going to work. There will be a mover and a stayer, just like we do a lot of times with partner work. So the first name I say is what? The stayer. The second name I say is the mover. Right. That means that when I say go, movers, you will get up and go sit by your partner, who is the stayer, because they're going to stay put, and somebody else is going to get up out of a seat by them. Okay? I've fixed the partners so that everyone will get out. 2 will leave the pod and 2 new ones will come in. Okay? So it should work out really great. So when I call off your partner names, I'm going to hand out your reading passage. I'm going to give it to the stayer so that it stays right in front of them, because the stayer is going to read first. Okay? If you're the mover, you're the coach first. Everybody got it? Stayers are going to do what first, everybody? Reader. Movers are going to do what first? Coach. When you've gotten through the passage and the reader did it, switch roles. Okay? And then take turns being the reader and the coach. And however much time we have until lunch, I'll keep an eye on the clock. We'll just keep switching, because it's good to just keep practicing and practicing, even if it's the same reading. You guys know that. We do that in reading groups where we read the same thing. Okay, so our first group is Eric and Gail. You'll be reading Super Animal Sense. Let's see, Eric, give me a hand up, okay? Dennis and Beth. So remember, Dennis, you stay. Beth, you'll be the mover when I tell you. You guys are reading Meet a Baby Panda. Let's see, Chuck and Tammy. You're reading I Want to Buy a Computer. Brad and Melissa. Okay, good. That's going to work out. Brad, you'll move. You will be reading The Perfect Sandcastle. Chris and Jamie. Excuse me. Mocha, the Little Golden Dog. Adam and Jennifer, here's your passage, Learning on the Soccer Field. Joe and Nisa, Monkey Business. Amy and Joanne, I Want a Phone. Jason and Opie, Fixing My Sister's Bike. And Brian and Tracy, Victoria Falls, The Smoke That Thunders. Okay, all of my stayers, you should have your passage. And ready? 3, 2, 1, move. Okay, as soon as you're ready, go ahead and get started with your jobs. Good job, everybody. And I will be coming around. Remember I said if you are stuck on a word or if you need help correcting, just raise your hand. I'm going to come around. I might stop and listen to your group a little bit. Don't worry about it. I'm going to get around to everybody and just kind of listen and make sure that you're working through this the right way. Okay? Go to it.